Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. This is the Kenyan Creative. Welcome to another episode of showing you how to win on social media. Now for today, we are gonna be creating a video using Canva. Now Canva is not the only platform that you can use to create a video. There are so many softwares out there that you can actually use to create a video, including CapCut, 𝗠𝗲𝗱𝗶𝗵, Adobe Premiere Pro, 𝗙𝗶𝗵 Resolve. There are so many softwares that you can actually use to create a video. A golden rule that I always tell people is that use the software that you are you have the capacity to handle, or you're well aware of, or the software that you're skilled with or you're flexible with. So in this case, I'm going to be using Canva because this is software I have been using for quite some time and I've mastered a few things about it. And so today I'm going to be showing you how to use Canva to make a video. So step number one is that we are going to click on a video. So we're going to start from scratch. When you press create blank, it's going to redirect you to this tab here. All right. So I've already pressed the create video and you can see we are starting from a blank page. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I am going to rename this project. In this case today we are gonna be creating a video on how to grow your social media. Okay, so that's step number one. Now that's step number two. Now step number three is that you're now going to create your video, and of important to note when creating a video is that number one, you need to have gathered all your important resources. Talk about your logo, your audio, your content, and any other thing that is relevant to you creating video. And number two, you gotta have a rough idea of how the video is. All right, so in this case I've already done that. I'll not take you through that, but it is important to note that you have your resources and you have a rough idea of how you want your video to be. All right, so I'm going to select on the background and then click on the background color, adjust it to black because that's what I want for my background. Remember, my brand colors are black and white, but you can always adjust to what you want. So the first thing is that I want this first page to include my logo. In this case, this is my logo, so I'm going to position it. It's positioned at the center and also at the middle. That's what I want. And I'm gonna create a little bit of motion in this case because I just don't want it to be a static logo. So I'm gonna click on animate and I'm gonna select one of the animation styles. In this case I'm gonna select breathe, and I'm going to scale it down so that is not too much, but if you want, you can actually allow it to be much. Depends on your preference. All right, so I think that's okay. So this page is 5 seconds long. You can adjust if you want, but in this case I don't want to. All right, so then I'm gonna duplicate this page. Now for the second page I want to add some text, and I'm going to position this logo to the top right. I'm sure you've seen some videos that incorporate their logos. They usually do this so that they can actually when it is shared, people can know that this is actually the people who made it, or for the purpose of protecting your content. All right, so in this case let's remove the animation so that it is static on all pages. So in this case now I'm gonna go to the text and click on add heading. All right, so for today's video we are analyzing how to grow your social media. All right, this text looks too big, so let's scale it down the font size to something around 80 or even 72. I think that's okay. Let's change the position to middle and center. That's good. Now I'm gonna animate this and use typewriter. I think that's okay, and let it be on enter. All right, it can either be on both. You can animate both. What that will mean is that it will be animated when at the beginning of the page and at the end, but in this case I only want it to be on enter. The scale is the speed. All right, in this case this is the speed I want it to be a bit slow, not too fast. So I'm gonna adjust to that. All right. And then the style is character. I think I'm okay with character. If you want to do it word to word, it's also okay for you. All right, so I'm okay with character. So let's duplicate this page now, go to the content side. So in this case, for the content side, this is now where your main content will be. So I want this to be like, you know, the main theme. So I want it to be like at the top. Position, we can put it at the center. So now the content that I have is actually generated by ChatGPT. Let me show you. So all right, so this ChatGPT is already written for me the pointers. So let's start with number one. Point number one is define your goals. So I'm gonna copy it, come back and duplicate here and then paste it. All right, so you can see it's here. Let's reduce this size to something like 48 and I'm gonna put it somewhere like there, and then we're gonna add some texts for this main content. So this is point number one. Let's write one and let's then duplicate and now put the content. All right, so I want to reduce this font to something around 36, or I think we can put 42 is okay with me, and then we're gonna align it to the left. All right, so just for the sake of you know everything, to spice up things a bit, let's add a board as part of our spicing up things. So I'm gonna search for a board. I think this is looking good with me, so I'm gonna add that one. Then I'm gonna scale it up. I'm gonna resize it to something good. Yes, position it to the middle. I think that's looking okay. This one we can push it up like that. I think it's looking okay there. All right, this board, let's push it a little bit and put it in the middle. All right, good. So this is our text. Let's grab it and put it somewhere like there. Change the color to black so that it is legible and people can actually see it. So you see how it's looking. All right, so we can bolden this one, and this one we can remove the bold so that there's a difference between the subheading and the content. I think it's looking okay. So in this case, I want to remove the animations from this main topic here. Also remove this one, but let this one have the animation. All right, and then I'm gonna add an image that is relevant to goals and audience. All right, so let's search for an image relevant to goals and audience. Let's go to graphics, and as you can see, there's some good images here. I think I can use this one. Scale it down a bit, resize it a bit, and then align it somewhere. I think that's okay. And then we're gonna animate this image so that there's some motion, and I'm gonna choose baseline. In this case, let's reduce the speed to 0, and the direction, I think I'm okay coming from the bottom. All right, so I'm thinking this is looking nice. Yeah, this is looking nice. Maybe for the sake of not having too much text, we can delete that one because we already have a heading. All right, we already have a heading. Okay, so I'm thinking things are okay, everything is aligned, and we have animated. So what I want to do, because I think if I play it, you can see the text is moving too quickly. I want it to move slow, so we can adjust this page to be, let's say 10 seconds is okay, so that the text is not too fast. Let's play it and you can see it. I think I'm okay with that. The text is not too fast, not too slow. I think that speed is okay, but also you can adjust the timer here. If you click on this one, you can actually say 15 seconds and you'll see how it's gonna play. So if I play it, I think that speed is okay, so we can work with 15 seconds. All right, now of important to note is that if you don't want to change anything, you can actually use this template as your standard for the other subsequent pages. So in this case, I'm gonna click on the 3 dots and click on duplicate. So we are now going to the second page, and what we're going to adjust are only three things: the subheading, the content, and the image. All right, so let's go to pointer number 2, copy it like that, come back to Canva, paste it, and this is now number 2. Remember to align it to the left like that. Let's see, is this also aligned to the left? Okay, align to the left. Okay, so this is pointer number 2. Then copy the content like that, copy, Control C is copy, that is shortcut, but you can always use your mouse. All right, so I'm thinking that is okay. And then we are gonna search for an image that represents social media platforms. All right, so let's search for social media platforms. Okay, so we're going to delete that one and now put another image that is relevant to this context. We can resize it a bit like that and position it properly. Remember, alignment is important. You don't just place things anywhere. You have to place things that are relating to each other. All right, so let's animate this and use the baseline. I think it's okay using the same style, but in this case we can adjust the direction like that. All right, so this is page number 2. So let's duplicate this one again, and you can see things are being consistent. This was page number 1. You can see the only thing that has changed is the content and the image, but the logo remains and the background. This page number 2, the content changes, the image, but the background and the logo remain the same. All right, so there's some consistency. So let's duplicate the page again. So we have duplicated the page, and now we are going to point number 3. So go back to your content and copy the content like that. Go back to Canva, paste the content, adjust where it's supposed to be. So this is number 3, add 3 points, put a space there, and then come back, copy this content, come back here and paste it like that. All right, so you can see it's not fitting. If it is not fitting, then maybe you might need to adjust some things. So in this case, maybe I can delete this one like that, so that is able to fit. If not, you can adjust the font size, but in this case I do not recommend that, because if you adjust this font, then you'll need to go back to this previous pages. So this page number 3, you can see we have the content. So let's look for an image that represents high quality content. So come to the elements tab and search for high quality content. Look for an image that suits you. I think this looks okay, so let's put it here, and let's resize it and position it properly. All right, resize and position where you want it to be. So I think that's okay with me. Then I'm going to animate it. Remember, we are using one animation style for consistency, and then we can change the direction to be from the right. So I think that's okay. So I think because this video will be too long, I don't need to go through the next content, because we are duplicating the same thing. We're only adjusting the image. So in this case, let's now go to the outro. So I'm going to duplicate this, and now we're going to be making the outro. So for the outro, in this case, I want to share my contact details and my conclusion. So you can see here there's a conclusion here. Let's copy this conclusion, but you know, for this case, because I don't want to do a lot of things, let me just share my contact information. So let me write here for more info, and then adjust this. +254, put a number there. In this case, we can put the number because of privacy. Let's also remove the numbering, because this one is not important. The numbering is not important. Okay. All right, so and then let's duplicate this one, put for an email, or email us on follow @gmail.com. all right. So in order to spice things up, what I will do is that I will look for an icon that presents a phone number. So search for phone number on the elements tab, drag it like that. I think that's looking okay. So drag this a bit like that, and then let's position this backwards so that we can select this one, put it there, it's aligned properly, and this one is aligned properly. I'll drag this one here. All right, this one also can also be aligned to that, and I think that's okay. So let's search for an icon that represents email. All right, email. So this is an email. Let it be the same size as the phone, like that. All right. So I'm thinking that's okay. Remember to align things. You need to align things. All right. Align things. They need to be related. So you can see this one is related to this one. This one is related to this one. They are somehow aligned. All right. If I wanted to add an image, I can't add my image because of privacy issues. So let's just search for a person here, and we can use this. Sister is looking very nice. So you can see you can use this image here, but it's not looking nice like that. Let's edit the image and click on remove the background. Okay, let's remove the background so that we only have the sister without the background of the photo, and you can see it's actually looking nice. If you actually wanted to align things, maybe you can put it like that so that it is somehow aligned to this page, and you can see it's actually looking nice. All right, so this is our outro, and these ones are already animated, and this one will not be animated because it's the main information. So now let's go to our last page. Our last page, I'm going to duplicate the first page so that it serves as the first and the last page. And see, you can drag it like that in Canva. You can drag things like that. All right, so this is now our last page, and what I want to do here now is to add the logos. All right, so I'm gonna come here and search for Facebook icon, and you can see it is telling me to use brand fetch. So I'm going to use brand fetch to get the brand logos. This is actually a very nice application in Canva that you can use to get the right brand logos, brand icons. This is actually a very good initiative to actually make sure that you get the correct logos. Right, it's actually not good when you use logos that have been adjusted a bit, especially the ones that you find on Google. So it's a good way of. All right, so let's add for Facebook and choose one that we like. I think this one is okay with me, so we're gonna position it somewhere here. All right, then let's go back. We also have Instagram icon. Let's use this one. You can see that's looking nice like that. All right, and then let's go back and use YouTube and use this one. All right, so I'm thinking it's looking okay. Then let's add some text. So let's come back here and copy this text, go back to the last page, paste the text, and then adjust it to Kenyan Creative. Remember guys to follow us. Remember to like, share, subscribe. All right, so you can see Canva actually gives you the option to know the spacing. So I'm thinking this spacing is okay. Let's change the color to white. All right, then let's highlight all of them and group them together, then position them to the center like that. Right, so this will be our outro. Okay, good. So let's play from the beginning so that you can see how the video looks like. So click on play. So you can see this is the first page, the logo, and then we have the title of our projects, and then we have the main content. You can see how it's doing. You have the content, the text is animated to be like a type, right? And then we have the image also has an animation, some motion. You can also see the same is happening in the next page. Very nice, very nice. And then we have the third page. third page, as you can see, this is what is happening. Very nice, very nice. All right, and then we have now the outro, where I share my contact information. As you can see, this is actually not true or existing contact because of privacy. And then we have our last page, where we have the logo and the social media icons. So we have accomplished our today's objective, but important to note is that you can spice up your video a bit. You can add some music. In this case, I like using AI Music. Is another app that is incorporated in Canva. Remember, music always have issues with the music. If you use music that you do not own, then you will get a copyright strike. So I like using AI Music. In this case, we can create a music using AI, just adjust a few things like that, and I'm gonna choose the duration. You can see our video is 1 minute and 15 seconds long, so let's put 120 seconds, which is okay. Let's click on compose, and the music will be added below our pages. All right, you can also upload your own music. Okay, so you don't have to make the music using AI. You can also upload your own music, but remember to make sure that that music is, you actually have the rights to them. If you're uploading to YouTube, you can use Epidemic Sounds. You can subscribe and pay for it, so that your content is not actually copyrighted, right? So this is a very cool feature in Canva. Remember guys, this is Canva Pro. This is not the basic Canva that we are using. If you'd like such features on your Canva platform, make sure that you pay for it, so that you can have access to these pro features. All right, let me repeat, this is Canva Pro. The normal Canva may not allow you to do such things, because these are pro features, so you can actually pay for it if you want to use such things. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play, so that you listen to what is happening. So let me add up my desktop audio. So let's play it from the top, so that you can actually get to see the video and the music. But before we do that, let's adjust some few settings in the music. So I'm gonna right click and then go to volume. Let me adjust the volume to something like 25. Click OK, and then I'm gonna click on audio effects. Let it have a fade at the end. All right, so this is what is gonna, you see this thing that you're seeing here going like this, that's a fade effect. All right, at the end, and we can also put in the beginning, but I think I'm okay with that. All right, so let's play the music, so that, and let's play the whole video from the top, so that you can hear and listen to how it sounds, as you see how it looks. Alright, so that's just a sample of how it looks like, and you can actually listen. The music is actually spicing up the video, so it's up to you to add a few things so that the video is looking much better. You can actually come to the Elements tab or the Uploads tab. The Elements tab, you can actually search for music and go to the audio. Alright, or in other words, you can upload audio, alright, from your from your desktop or wherever you save your music from. And you can see now we have been able to create a video in Canva. Is absolutely simple, but guess what, this is only possible if you're using the pro features. But I think you can also do the same if you're using the normal Canva, okay, without the pro features. But there are a few things that will be limited, for example, animating this text and such things, but you can still create a video using Canva. So there you have it, folks. That is today's video of the day. We have just made a video in Canva. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and comment so that I will know what kind of content we'll be giving you. That's it for today, guys. Have a very nice time. See you in the next video.